Hello everyone, welcome to New Wave Coaching Classes. This is your host Jatin. Today we are going to discuss about the remaining questions of exercise 3.3, that is basically the statement questions of exercise using the method of substitution. Right? So let's start without wasting any time. If you see the second question of the exercise is given, we are given two equations, 2x plus 3y equal to 11 and 2x minus 4y equal to minus 24. So first step is to find the values of x and y, that is a common solution for these equations, and then substitute those values in the equation which is written. Hence find the value of m for which y equals to mx plus 3. So let's see how we start this question using the method of substitution. So we have given two equations, 2x plus 3y equals to 11 and 2x minus 4y equals to minus 24. So what I have done, I have just taken the first equation and transformed from there the value of x in terms of y. From the first equation, I have transformed the value of x in terms of y. Right? So what I have done, I have just shifted 3y on the right side. I get 2x equals to 11 minus 3y, and then I divide this 2 by 11 minus 3y. Then I substitute the value of x. Since I got this thing from the first equation by transforming the first equation, so I will substitute this value in the second equation. So I just substitute the value of x in equation number 2. So wherever x is written, I will put this value. So this is 2 into 11 minus 3y upon 2 minus 4y equals to minus 24. So the remaining thing will be as is. There will be no change. So then we multiply 2 inside. So this is 22 minus 6y upon 2 minus 4y equals to minus 24. So whenever we have a fraction and a number or two fractions, we have to take the LCM. So here we take the LCM of these two. So 2 is the LCM. So what we get, 22 minus 6y minus 8y upon 2 equals to minus 24. So when we simplify this becomes basically a linear equation in one variable. So when we simplify, we get the value of y as 5. You can see here. We get the value of y as 5. Then we substitute the value of y in this one. That's the third equation. We can substitute in any of the three actually. But since this is basically transformed for the x, so we can substitute the value of y in this equation and we get the value of x as minus 2 after the calculations. Now, we have got the value of x as minus 2, y equals to 5. Now, the last step was to find the value of m from the given this thing. So we are given y equals to mx plus 3, we substitute the value of y as 5 and the value of x is minus 2. Just simplifying this, we get m equals to minus 1. So this was a very easy question. Let's talk about some of the statement questions, right? So the first part of the third question. Now if you read the first part of the third question, it is given the difference between two numbers is 26 and one number is 3 times the other. Find them. So, since it's a question of numbers, what we will do, we will suppose let the two numbers are x and y. So, we suppose let the numbers are x and y. Now, what is the condition given to us? It is given that the difference between the two numbers is 26. So, what we can suppose? We can suppose one of the number as greater than the other. So we suppose this thing, we can write this condition as x is greater than y. We can also write y is greater than x, there is no harm. So according to the question, what is given, that the difference of these two is 26. So this gets me the first equation of this question, and then it's given one number is 3 times the other. Obviously we have taken x greater than y, so x is 3 times y. So how we will write? Also, we can write x equals to 3y. So this is the second equation. So now what you can do, you can just substitute the value of x equals to 3y in the first equation and then simplify, find the value of y, and then you can find the value of x. I am just leaving this solution to you. Right? Let's go to the next part. Now, in the next part is given the larger of two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees, find them. Now it's a question of supplementary angles. So if you go back to your geometry of your class 9 or class 8, you learned about supplementary angles. If the sum of two angles is 180 degree, they are called as supplementary angles. If the sum of two angles is 180 degree, they are called as supplementary angles. Since we have to find two angles, what we can suppose, let the angles be x and y. So we suppose the angles are x and y. Now it is given they are supplementary. It means the sum of the two angles would be 180 degree. Since the angles are supplementary, therefore x plus y is equal to 180 degrees. So this is our first equation. Now what is given? The larger angle exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. So again, in the beginning, we have to write the condition. We suppose that x is greater than y. Now it means exceeds means there is a difference. So therefore, what we have that x minus y is equal to 18 degree. So this is how we get the two equations. Then what you can do, you can just transform one equation. From one equation you can transform the value of one variable in the form of the other variable, substitute in the other equation, and just simplify them to find the value of x and y. I am leaving the solution to you only. These are simple solutions, right? Let's go to the third question now. Now in the third part of this question is given the coach of a cricket team buys 7 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3,800. Later she buys 3 bats and 5 balls for rupees 1,750. Find the cost of each bat and each ball. Now this is a question of finding the cost of a bat and ball. So we can suppose, let the cost of each bat is rupees x and the cost of each ball is equal to rupees y. Now what is the condition given? That the coach buys 7 bats and 6 balls. If the cost of one bat is x, then the cost of 7 bats will be 7x, right? So what we write according to the question, our first equation becomes cost of 7 bats and 6 balls. So 7x plus 6y gives us rupees 3,800, but we are not writing the units. I just write it as 3,800. So this is my first equation. Now in the second one is they say later she buys 3 balls and 3 bats and 5 balls for rupees 1,750. So 3 bats means also 3x plus 5y is equal to 1,750. Now let's simplify this part. So what we can do, we can transform one of the equation to get the value of one variable in terms of the other variable. So it's your choice, you can take any of the equation. I take equation number 2. So I write from 2, this is 3x equals to 1750 minus 5y, x equals to 1750 minus 5y upon 3. Now substitute the value of x in equation number 1 because I have transformed from 2, so I will be substituting the value in the first equation, right? So I put the value of x in equation 1. So what I have to do, whenever x is written, I will substitute the value of x there. So this is 7 into 1750 minus 5y upon 3 plus xy equals to 3800. This is what I get. Now the first step is to multiply the bracket with the 7. So I multiply it with the 7, so I get 7, 0, 35, 3, 49, 52, 5, and this is what I get. 1750. Let's check it once again. 7 zeros are 0, 7 5 is 35, 3 carry, 49 plus 3, 52, and this is correct. And 7 5s are 35. Plus xy equals to 3800. Right? So this is what we have got after the multiplication. Now the next step would be to take the LCM. Right? So the LCM would be 3. So the first step after taking the LCM is divide with the denominator. So 3 divided by 3 is 1 and multiply with this. So what we get? 1, 2, 2, 5, 0 minus 35y and plus 3. The denominator of 6y is 1. So when I divide 3 by 1, I get 3 only. So this is plus 18y equals to 3800. Right? Now we simplify, cross multiply this 3 on the other side. So this is 1, 2, 2, 5, 0 minus, on subtracting these two I get 17y equals to, and on multiplying this is 0, 0, 24, 2, 11. This is what I get. Now shifting the 17y on the other side. Now we subtract these two, so this will be 850. So 850 is equal to 17y, and I get the value of y as rupees 50. So what was y? Y was the cost of the ball. So the cost of the ball is rupees 50. Now I put the value of y, that is 50, in the third one. So to get the value of x. So therefore x equals to 1750 minus 5 into 50 upon 3. So this is 1750 minus 250 upon 3. So x gets it to be 1500 by 3. So therefore x is rupees 500. So the cost of the bat is rupees 500 and the cost of the ball is rupees 50. Right? So this is how we can simplify the statement questions. Let's go to the next part. Now the fourth part of this question. Right, it's given the taxi charge in a city consists of a fixed charge together with a charge for the distance covered. Now what is given here, that there are some fixed charges when you're riding a taxi, and there are some charges per kilometer also. Now it's given for a distance of 10 km, the charge paid is rupees 105, and for a journey of 15 km, the charge paid is rupees 155. What are the fixed charges and the charge per kilometer? Right? And also we have to find if the person travels 25 kilometers, how much he or she has to pay. Right? So the first step is to find the fixed charges and the charge per kilometer. We suppose these two things is x and y. So the fourth part, let the fixed charge is equal to rupees x and the charge per kilometer is equal to rupees y. Now what is the first thing given? For a distance of 10 km. So we write total charge is paid for 10 km is given as rupees 105. So the equation would be here x plus 10y equals to 105. Right? So this is the fixed charge plus charge per kilometer we have. Right? Then also total charge paid for 15 kilometer is rupees 155. So what we have, x plus 15y is equal to 155. So these are the equations we have got in this. So your first step would be to find the value of x and y after simplifying by using the method of substitution. Then what we have to do, we have to find the distance of 25 kilometers. So whatever the value of x you get, whatever the value of y you get, so what you will do to find the charge for 25 kilometers, what you will do, you will just substitute the value of x and y in this. First step would be to find the value of x and y. That will be doing, you will be doing it yourself. Then you put the value of x and y in this, and then you will get the value of the charges paid for the 25 kilometers, right? Let's go to the next part now. Now, in the fifth part, it is given a fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both the numerator and denominator, and if 3 is added to both numerator and denominator, it becomes 5 by 6. Find the fraction. See, now the question is, it's about a fraction. We cannot take the fraction as x or the fraction as y. Since a fraction has two parts, the upper part is called as numerator and the lower part is called as denominator. So we have to suppose the numerator and denominator both in this question, right? So we suppose let the numerator is equal to x and the denominator is equal to y. So therefore the fraction will be obviously numerator upon denominator. This is our fraction, right? Now what is given to us in the first condition? Again, break the statement. The first condition is given if I add 2 in both the numerator and denominator. So if I add 2, so I add 2 according to question, what I have, x plus 2 upon y plus 2. So if I add 2 in both the numerator and denominator, the fraction becomes 9 by 11. So this is I have. So now what I will do, I will just simplify by cross multiplication. When I cross multiply, what I get, 11x plus 22 equals to 9y plus 18, or 11x minus 9y equals to minus 4. This is my second equation. So when you when you take this 22 on the right side, it will become in a negative sign. So 18 minus 22 will be minus 4, right? So this is the my main equation. Then also it is given if I add 3, also if I add 3, that is x plus 3 upon y plus 3, then the equation becomes 5 by 6. So I write 5 by 6. Therefore, now again cross multiply, this is 6x plus 18 equals to 5y plus 15. Therefore, 6x minus 5y equals to 15 minus 18, or 6x minus 5y equals to minus 3. So this is my third. So again, you simplify the two equations using substitution method, and when you get the value of x and y, just substitute the value of x and y here, and you will get the final answer, that is the fraction which is required, right? Let's go to the last part now. Now in the last part is given 5 years hence the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. 5 years ago Jacob's age was 7 times that of his son. Find what are their present ages. So it's a question of ages of a person, Jacob and his son. So what we suppose that those things only. Let the present age of Jacob is x years and the present age of son equals to y years. So this is the thing which we require. So whatever thing is required, we suppose them x and y. Now we break the statement. Is given 5 years hence. It means after 5 years. So what happens after 5 years? Age will increase. So if the age will increase, we have to add it. So I write after 5 years. After 5 years, age of Jacob is x plus 5 years and age of son is y plus 5 years. Now, what is the condition given? That the age of Jacob is 3 times that of his son. So what we have? So according to question, x plus 5, since his age is 3 times this, so I have to multiply this thing by 3 to make them equal. So I'll just simplify. This is x plus 5 equals to 3y plus 15. Therefore, when I transform, I get x minus 3y equals to 10. So this is my first equation, right? Now I take the second part, second condition of the question is given 5 years ago. Means we are going in history. 5 years ago, we are going in back. So I write 5 years ago, age of Jacob. Now, when we talk about 5 years ago, obviously the age will decrease, it will be less. So I write x minus 5 and age of son, yeah, obviously it will be y minus 5. Now, what is the condition given 5 years ago? It is given that the age of Jacob is 7 times the age of the son. So I write therefore, according to question, x minus 5 is equal to 7 into y minus 5. So this is x minus 5, 7y minus 35. Right? Now I just transform, this is x minus 7y equals to, when I shift this 5 on the other side, this is minus 35 plus 5, it remains minus 30. So this is my second equation. Now let's simplify the two equations. Now, what I do, from the first equation, from 1, what I get, x minus 3y is 10, therefore x equals to 3y plus 10. I substitute this 3, the value of x from the 3 in second. Put the value of x in 2. So therefore, this is 3y plus 10 minus 7y equals to minus 30, right? So therefore, what we do, this we open the bracket, 3y plus 10 minus 7y equals to minus 30. 3y minus 7y becomes minus 4y. When I shift this 10 on the other side, this is minus 30 minus 10. So therefore, minus 4y is equal to minus 40. Okay, just cancel out this negative term. So therefore, y equals to 40 by 4, that is 10 years. And what was y? Y was the age of the son. Now we have to find the age of the Jacob also. So we can substitute the value here. Therefore, x equals to 3 into 10 plus 10, that is equal to 30 plus 10 is equal to 40 years. So we can write, therefore, age of Jacob is equal to 40 years and age of son is equal to 10 years. This is our answer. Now, this was all about the statement question using the substitution method. In the next lecture, we will be discussing about the other methods about the elimination method also in the next lecture, and then we will discuss also about the cross multiplication method. Before I take a leave, I thank everyone for watching the video. Right, so dear friends, this is from my side. Thanks for watching the video. If you have not understood anything, watch it again. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. This is your host signing off. Goodbye and take care. And before I say take care and goodbye, I am leaving a question on the screen whose answer would be required. Right? I am leaving the question on the screen. You can just check the question is coming on the screen, and I will be happy if you give me the answer in the comment section. Right? So this is your host signing off. Goodbye and take care, guys.